Hello everyone, my name is Elaine. Welcome to my channel, EMG Crafter. Since my last video, which was back in June, I've been watching a lot more Flosstube, so I wanted to give a few shout outs. I've been enjoying videos by Helen D and Lori at Once Upon a Stitch. Also back in June was when StitchCon was held, and I was hearing from other Flosstubers, they were talking about Pam and Steph of Just Keep Stitching. So I went to check out their video because they were involved with planning the StitchCon event. So I went and checked them out, and then I watched some of the StitchCon recap videos that they put out. I need to go back and watch more of their videos. And also I came across Jan Hicks. She had interviewed several people at StitchCon event and posted videos with those interviews. I guess I shouldn't really say interview, but just a sit and chat with other stitchers and get to know them. So that was enjoyable. And let me refer to my notes, see if I forgot anything. There was also, I came across Cheryl McKinney, Tranquil Stitches. She had the idea to bring Flosstubers together to collaborate and speak about different elements of stitching, and the first collaboration was focused on designers, and the second one was floss. And so I was getting familiar with additional Flosstubers, and I know there's a third one out, third collaboration out. I haven't watched those yet, but it's on my to-do list. And I also started watching Dina from Half Stitch Cross Stitch and Lori at Mischievous Stitches. So, but there's many more other Flosstubers from the collaboration that I'm getting familiar with, so I'll be checking more of their videos out as well. And also, I have been stitching since June, and I can't believe it's already September. Oh my goodness, summer just flew by. Although it's still summer, it's not officially over yet. So, which is a nice thing because I like warm weather. But now I'm done with the shout out, so I want to share my projects and a little bit of haul and some fully finishes. So let's go take a closer look at those items. Hello everyone, I'm back with the projects that I want to share. Here is the finished pillow. I showed this stitched piece in my first video, so I finally finished it as a pillow. It came from this kit, Make a Mini Keepsake Pillow from Three Birds Design. So instructions said to do a running stitch, and I did start off with a running stitch, didn't really like it, and I switched to a back stitch, which I thought was so much better. The running stitch for some reason just seemed a little loose. Or I guess I just need to practice my running stitch. So after I got it all stitched, I started, from here, went around, got to the end here, left a gap, turned it right side out, stuffed it, then I closed it with a ladder stitch. Still need to practice my hand stitching, sewing, I should say hand sewing, but not too bad. Can't really see it, and not really sure what I'm going to do with it, but it'll just be sitting around as a little decoration piece. So that's my first fully finished, and here is another fully finished. This is, let's see, it was this design by Crazy Stitch, who has an Etsy shop, and it's called Moss Quotes. And again, this was shown in my very first video. It's a character from the IT Crowd. It's a British sitcom. So I just made this for my son so he can now display it. I got the frame from AC Moore, took the glass out, and it is mounted on, it's called Needle Art Peel and Stick Mounting Board for textile art. In other words, sticky board is what most people probably call it. And I actually had this in my supplies for like years. So I pulled it out and I was like, oh my gosh, it was perfect because it's an 8x10 and this is an 8x10 frame. So I adhered it to the sticky board, and it was, you know, quite simple. Got this frame from my AC Moore, and it was like I think it was like $6. It was on sale, so it was perfect timing. And I can't imagine paying that much for this frame anyway, like $12. I mean, it's a nice frame, but it worked out. So this took me, like, I had all the lettering, the words done. I struggled with the shirt because I did stitch it with one solid color because I didn't really like the suggested colors that came with the pattern. I mean, it probably took me like a week and a half to finally settle on these colors here. So I think it turned out really nice. And what I also did, not that it was necessary, but I just thought I'd add a little touch of the year and my initials in the bottom corner. So not too bad. And one other thing I did, not that this is really an heirloom piece, but hopefully down in the future someone may appreciate it. And because I always tell my family if something happens to me, you know, donate my stuff. There's someone out there that'll like all this craft stuff that I have. So Stitching in the Barn, Valerie's channel, she has a neighbor friend who does lots of sampler stitching, like years, and she did a tour of her home, and it's great. I'll put a link down in the description. There's a couple of videos. She interviewed her once, and then she went back to focus on the samplers that she had around her house. And one thing I liked, she, on the back of most of her samplers, she has the information. So I, took a little piece of paper, and this is acid-free cardstock. And, I put the pattern name, the designer, company, although you can probably see all that here in the video. But I just thought that was a great idea, because if for some reason someone came across this piece in the future, they can have the information about it. Now, it doesn't quite fit back here, but what I might do is take the backing out and stick it onto the back of the sticky board. So that way that's there. Then again, I could shrink this maybe and just put a piece back here. I haven't decided, but I just thought that was a great idea. And so the next piece is, let's see, I have this Bob Ross lunchbox. It was so cool. I found it at AC Moore several months ago. I was like, I have to get it. I loved watching his show on PBS. We don't make mistakes, just happy little accents. Just so nice and calming listening to him talk. And look at this side. Let's get crazy. What the heck? So just fun. And what I have in here is some of my small projects. I like to carry this up and down the stairs. Bring it from one room to the other. But so this, I finally finished this flower that I had sitting for years. It's from this kind of cross-stitch Christmas card set. So, oh my god, if you've seen my first video, I think I showed in that. But anyway, I finally finished that. So that is a finish, not fully finished, but a finish, small finish. And so now to my whips. Let's see. Here is the ornament from this kit, which is here. So I got that started. Almost done, yay! And I can get on to the bell. Then my next whip is Boo. This is a free pattern from V and Company. This is one of the designers mentioned in the Flosstube collaboration by one of the Flosstubers from Cheryl McKinney's collaboration on designers. I'll have to backtrack and see if I can find who mentioned this designer, and if I find that, I'll put a link down in the description. But here is the project. It has some French knots for the eyes. As you can see, I didn't have access to a color printer at the time, but the two pumpkins represent the letter O, and that's coming along nicely. Fun little quick stitch. And this next whip is this dimensions kit I found at AC Moore. It has black Aida cloth, and I should mention this is 14 count Aida as well. And this is 14 count Aida, black Aida. My first time stitching on black, so that's why I got it. I wanted to give that a try. And it hasn't been too bad. The only thing is, I'm not sure about the pattern, or I should say the back stitching. I'm not really sure I like how it looks. I think I'm gonna, it says to do it with 2 strands. So what I did, I changed it to 1, and then I was outlining each letter, or I'm sorry, going all the way around the R. So I think what I'll do is switch to 1 strand and take out the double strands. I'm not sure, but stitching on the black hasn't been too bad. And that's it for that. And some of the haul that I got a few months ago is this Leisure Arts 5 Seasons of Quilts. I've made some quilts before, so this, just seeing this was I was enabled by EJ from Sunshine Stitchers. She shared this on one of their episodes, and as soon as I saw the quilts and the lovely colors, I thought, oh, I gotta get that. And this, as you can see, was a downloaded pattern from leisurearts.com. Then here is one called Joy in the Journey. I thought it was fun, sampler style design to give a try. I like the house. Another downloadable pattern from Leisure Arts. And actually I got all of these from Leisure Arts. And then I have this Sample the Seasons book. Thought this was cute. It has some little designs, Easter, Thanksgiving. Let's see if there's, here's Sing a Song of Liberty, Noel. So, oh, and here's one more picture. Those look like fun stitches. And then I got seasonal cottages because I love the houses. Again, I feel like George Costanza from Seinfeld. Jerry, I want to be an architect. Well, I don't know if I really want to be an architect, but I just like architecture and houses. So this is the Autumn Cottage. And oh, here's another picture of the different homes in this. So that'll be something to do in the future. And then I like flowers and saw this pillows from Paula's Garden. So these are beautiful floral designs, and you turn them into a pillow. Well, you don't have to make it a pillow, but that's what this book is for. And hydrangeas and roses. Look at that, that's so pretty. And you have the option for a pillow or any design or finish that you want to do. But the pillow is kind of a fun finish. And that's it for haul. And then for plans, I plan to get this Halloween pattern stitched up, because it's already September and my goal is to have this done before the end of the month. I did start it somewhat. Oops, sorry. I got these pins in here just to mark it because it's like 200 wide and 191 high. This is 14 count Ada. So I just need to get that outline done, and then I can start just rolling along, because this, I didn't realize this is actually all stitched. I just thought it was part of the print of the design, but it's actually part of the pattern, this black outline. And this is Artist C Halloween. What is this called? Halloween House Square. And that is it for this video, and I want to thank you for watching.